Welcome again. This is End Racism Forever Virtual Open Discussion Part 5. For all those who are attending, welcome to this forum. My name is Star Fury. I'm the founder of endracismforever.org organization. We started in 2018. I apologize, my phone is chirping. We started in 2018 when I prayed and asked God, what a world would be like without discrimination. And if you could see it on this side, that's the answer he gave me. And so I started the organization in Corona, California with myself and my wife, and went out. I'm also a member of NAACP and other nonprofits. Went out and pitched it. People were like, the name is too forceful. So I was like, okay, I tried to get it out there. And then George Floyd happened. And so I put my foot down and I said, hey, I am going to move forward with this. God has given me this purpose. And so here we are. We do support other organizations. We support people because I've set up this organization for one purpose, and to end racism, sexism, ism, and discrimination forever. So it's not about me, it's about the organization. And so again, welcome for being here. We have a very good topic tonight. Our topic tonight is going to be, how can we heal beyond racism? So buckle up. As I always tell my people on the radio host, it's going to be impactful, but this is your forum. This is for you to talk, discuss, debate, argue, whatever it is you want to do to try to see how we can move forward at this organization and collectively to end racism forever. And we have a saying before we start, you are the answer to ending racism forever. And we do believe that. Okay, so as my moderator, Crystal, is taking the reins, I'm going to share my screen. I have an impactful presentation for y'all. Let me know. All I ask is let me know if you can see it, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Welcome, everyone. Glad you could join.
Yes, welcome.
We have Albert and Warren, Felicia, Allison, myself, and Sturford.
All right, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Boom. All right, guys, here we go. So, as stated, this is, can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So again, this is our organization, endracismforever.org. You can go to endracismforever.org and look up our goals, the website, our board, what we stand for. You could donate, even though I don't ask anyone to donate. We have no funding. I'm going to say this one more time. We have no funding. Everything we've done on our own. Now, we are trying to get our funding out there, but we rather go to other organizations to see if they're really serious about this cause. So don't even expect us to ask for anything. All right, so bear with me. All right, now, the mission for endracismforever.org is to, as I said before, is to end racism, sexism, and every other ism. That's it, period. Our board is committed to changing the hearts and minds of people. And we already know from day one, this is not going to happen in our lifetime, but we have dedicated to set this up for whoever wants to come next and take it and run with it. So with that said, we're looking for people who understand the severity of how is it important to bring out, as we said in our early discussions in the past, to bring out the nails, which is embedded in our society from conception about everything of holding people down when it comes to sexism, racism, discrimination with disabilities, everything. What we are designed for is to pull the nails out. So Black Lives Matter started the push. What we want to do is take that reign and keep going and then give it to the other person. Okay. So we have 3 goals in our organization, which is first, identify racism and any other is discrimination. Now you may say, all right, that's common. It is more difficult as we will get into tonight, as we believe, and as everyone knows, I believe everybody knows what's going on. Doesn't matter if you're in America or in other countries. I believe Allison said that clearly. No matter where you go, there's always going to be someone pushing someone else down. So you have to identify it. I know it sounds easy, but it's hard for some. The second thing is to train and educate in ending bias and changing the hearts and minds. And that is coming up with a curriculum, or like myself, I added in our training, some hands-on little skits and stuff. There's things that we could do so we could get the message, of course, and get the training across. And thirdly, which I've hold fast to my organization, is we're going to give back. Because one of the biggest things in helping others is to sincerely give back. When we want to give back with monies, equipment, whatever it is, whoever it is we help to move forward, we're dedicated to give back to that, because that is the key, the underlying foundation to meet our goal and our mission to end discrimination forever. All right. Now, before we go into the topic, I'm going to talk about myself after this. But again, the topic tonight is how to heal beyond racism. Now, who is Star Fury? Star Fury, I'm 47 years old. My name is Star Fury. There is no first name. That is it. If you want to do it to Prince or share, whatever, my name is Star Fury. I was born in the island of Trinidad and Tobago. At the age of 17, I was accepted to multiple colleges, came from a very poor family, so I decided to join the Army. I came in as a private, and I did boot camp at Fort Knox. I was an administration specialist, meaning I did paperwork for the Army. And through my experiences and my mentors and my ups and downs, I was able to grow from a private to a sergeant. I served in all over the United States. I served in South Korea. I volunteered for Special Forces in Iraq for Operation Iraqi Freedom. Came back, met my first mentor in Iraq, Colonel Campbell, who made a promise to further myself and do good for myself. And one of the first things he asked is for me to go to college. So I took my GI Bill, went to college, started here in Maryland, went to Howard University. Then I traveled cross country. I was accepted at Chapman University for sound design and film and directing. And I went into that realm. While I was in college, going through a bad divorce, I met the dream of my life, which is my wife today. I've known each other. Her name is Ebony. We've known each other for 14 years, since 2008. While I was in college, she really encouraged me to find myself, and I wrote my first book. If you saw me online, it's called The Origins of a BBW Hunter, where the book is giving me my life story of my past relationships with the Army and out the Army, and the women that I've met and how they helped me grow as a man. And that in itself was such a weight off of me to be the man I am today, and how I came about to be Star Fury. And then once I graduated, we got married, have a son, and then she pushed me again. We talked about racism and discrimination, and she went to college for she has 3 bachelors. One of them is for psychology, and one of them is for African American studies, and she just gave up. And I was like, So I wrote another book, which I'll show you in a minute, called The Trilemia Paradox. It was a book about what the world would be like without Black people. I'm an extremist. I was in Special Forces. I don't see things as like other people, which you get to see. I believe that it's either you have a problem or a solution. And so one of the greatest things, and why I've gotten a lot of accolades and people believe in me, is because when I go in front of people, I was like, look, what's the solution? What's the problem? Okay, what's the solution? And so my gift that God has given me is to bridge that gap and stop looking in between. Stop looking at the nail, stop talking about the nail, stop mesmerized about the nail, take the nail out. That's me. So I try to sell my book. Everybody thought it was too harsh. I said, okay. Wrote that book in 2012, did research, And then again, George Floyd happened. So I'm publishing all 3 books. It's a fictional book, talks about, the alien race that's pitted against white people, Black people, and how, and the main character and how she's discovering herself in understanding what racism and discrimination is. And I've been told it's pretty good. So, I'm taking it with me. So I'm taking that as a good sign. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a little bit about me, everything I've said. This is the book I started back in 2011, all the research I've done. This was the book I did, the first book I did back in 2012, published, and then, took it down. This is all the research. So I'm just showing you this stuff. So, people may say, well, who is this guy? Well, now you're seeing, right? And this is the new book right now. It's on Amazon. It was launched last week. We're still working on the digital phase on it. So, but the hard copy is out there if you want to take a look. And proceeds goes back to the organization. All right.
Have a name on it.
Yes, it's the same. It's the same title, the Trilemma Paradox. So if you type in, I'll put it in the show notes in the message before we end, so you can see it.
Okay.
All right. So quickly, the rules of tonight: ERF Open Discussion Guidelines. Everyone is encouraged to participate. Please use the chat feature to ask or answer questions unless called upon to speak. When you speak, hey, however you want to do it, raise a foot. I don't care.
Yeah.
when you speak, state your name and where you live. No one or 2 individuals allowed to dominate the discussion, but I have leeway, so you could, if you're heated and you want to say something, by all means, say it. That's okay. My wife wrote this, by the way. So only one person will speak at a time. Wait to be called upon by the host. Host will unmute your mic. This is a public discussion, not a debate. Please no arguing, using a profanity, defaming, or bullying. Doing so will get you ejected from the talk. Yes, I believe in that. And seek first to understand, not be understood. All right. So when we talk about, and we do this in every discussion, I pretty much give a definition, I give a scenario, and then we talk. So tonight we want to talk about how to heal beyond racism. So when you talk about that type of thing of healing, I believe there are 3 things you got to look at. 1, you got to look at perspective. 2, you got to look at empathy. And 3, you got to look at healing. So what does that mean in essence? So here's the question, the first question I want to pose to you tonight. Think about it for a minute. In order to heal, how will you get there? Will you choose a perspective or empathy? If you want to heal, like let's say a nation, right? And you're talking about discrimination. How can you get to healing? Can you go the perspective route or can you go the empathy route? So let's look at perspective. What is the definition of perspective? It's a noun, a mental view or a prospect to gain a broader perspective on the international scene, right? And these definitions, if you look on the bottom, I got them straight from the Webster.com. You can go and look it up yourself. I didn't make this up. 2, a visible scene, especially one giving a distinctive impression or distance. 2A, an interrelation in which a subject or its parts are mentally viewed, places the issues in perspective, also means point of view. B, the capacity to view things in their true relations or relative importance, trying to maintain my perspective. 3, appearance to the eye of objects in respect to the relative distance of relative distance and portions. The shortest distance between the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. That's pretty much what that means. Mm-hmm. The technique or process of representing on a plane or curved surface of spatial relations object as might appear to the eye, specifically representation in drawing and painting of parallel lines as covering in order to give the illusion of depth and distance. A picture in perspective. So pretty much perspective is your point of view. We all know that. That's life. We perceive something, We see something, our minds calculate it and say that's what it is. All right. Okay.